This video is going to start off a little bit weird, because not only are we not going to start by talking about Eden Zero, but in addition, we're also gonna talk about the beginnings of my anime and manga journey. There's a reason for all of this, and you'll find out soon enough. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure if this is common knowledge on the channel or not, but really the first anime and the first manga that truly captured my attention and drew me into this particular world of entertainment was the GOAT Dragon Ball Z. Yes, like many others when I was younger, I was obsessed with Dragon Ball Z. I loved the games, the movies, the different versions of the anime, and what I mean by that is like regular DBZ and then Dragon Ball Z Kai. And it was actually the first manga I ever read. I can still remember, even to this day, back in the day, going to my local library to the young adult section and seeing this bookcase on wheels that contained a bunch of manga. I say a bunch, but it was really only ever Dragon Ball Z and Naruto. But nevertheless, I would always grab the DBZ volumes and read them over and over and over and over again. The art captured me, as well as the storyline and the powers and all of that. Man, just thinking about it, those were some good times. Also, I said obsessed when I was younger, you can see, but I put that in air quotes, like I'm not now. Like I don't give my thoughts on Twitter on every single new DBS chapter. But to be fair to myself, I'm nowhere near as obsessed as I was back then. I mean, because back then, I would consume Dragon Ball content for hours at a time. Wake up with some Dragon Ball, go to bed with some Dragon Ball. Like, it was not good. But anyways, the reason why I just went down memory lane and said all that is because since DBZ was really the first series that got me into anime and manga, along with it sticking with me longer than probably any other series out there, means that my brain is wired a certain way and I have a very Dragon Ball centric perspective when it comes to certain things in anime and manga, specifically transformations. In my eyes, Dragon Ball has handled transformations better than any other intellectual property out there that I've seen, but it's kind of the gold standard in that aspect. The different levels to Super Saiyan and how that all works with the power levels and how you attain the forms themselves. Now, over the years and with the current continuation of the story, the definitive way of how things work started to blur, but the baseline of how it all worked originally was pretty perfect. So, when a series comes along and doesn't really follow the gold standard, my brain is like, this is weird. And that is where Eden Zero comes in. Now, let's establish what transformations exist in Eden Zero. Technically, there's really only one, and it's universal for those with Ether Gear: Overdrive. This transformation is achieved when an ether gear hits its critical point. Basically, it's when you go beyond 100%. It wildly alters the physical appearance of the user, and it greatly increases their strength and abilities. Now, as I said before, that is technically the only transformation. I know at this moment people are gonna be in the comments typing up like, what about when Jin did this, when Draken did that, when Shiki did that? What about Star Drain? Aside from Star Drain, and I'm gonna use this word for a third time now, technically, those are not transformations. All of that was just them using more of their ether gear. In Dragon Ball terms, they're using the full extent of their base forms, or just more power in their base forms. When the ones who can go to Overdrive, that would be Super Saiyan. Star Drain is a bit of an outlier, and it kind of falls under the transformation category, but I'd say it's more like Kaioken, mixed with Spirit Bomb, if that makes sense. And since that is my perspective on it, for the sake of this video, we're just not gonna mention Star Drain anymore. Now, even though I said that this system is weird to me because of my Dragon Ball-centric perspective, I don't think that it's awful. It's different and certainly interesting. The problem for me lies with these non-transformations seemingly being faded out of the story. Think about it. When was the last time you saw Shiki use, again, it's not a transformation, but for right now we're gonna call it a BCP, which stands for before critical point. Anyways, to get back to it, when's the last time you saw Shiki use BCP? If you don't know, it was in his fight against Draken. He has not used it ever since he got Overdrive. which sucks. Not Overdrive, just the fact that we haven't seen BCP in such a long time, and I'm worried that we might never see it again. Now, I'm well aware that I just spent however long firmly establishing the fact that BCP is not a transformation, but thanks to my Dragon Ball-centric perspective, this to me is kinda like never showing Super Saiyan 1 again because Goku got Super Saiyan 2. Or not showing Super Saiyan God again because Goku got Super Saiyan Blue. I know it's not really like that because of everything that I just established prior, but it is also kinda like that, and that's mostly due to the design that BCP has. All of the BCPs that we've seen so far have looked incredible, and it would be such a waste if they just straight up disappeared. This is especially true for Shiki. His before critical point design is truly spectacular, and I'm not alone in this thinking. A while ago, I had put out a tweet talking about this somewhat, saying that it was unfortunate that we might never see Shiki's before critical point again because of Overdrive. And going purely off of the likes alone, you can see that quite a few people agree with the tweet. People, and obviously myself included, really like the non-transformation, and they want it to stick around. In fact, I've seen a few people say that they like the before critical point design more than Overdrive. So what's the solution here? Does BCP just go away forever to make way for Overdrive? Or is there some balance that can be found? It's definitely option 2. There's a balance that can be found. Because even if it isn't like Super Saiyan, it can still be treated as such. Whenever somebody like Shiki is up against a tough opponent, just have him go to BCP first. And if the enemy happens to be stronger than that, then have him go to Overdrive. It's a simple solution, and I'm pretty sure it makes everybody happy. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this one, so thank you all very much for watching. I hope that you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe with the notifications on, and I shall see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody!